So, a question that I often get asked, especially inside our community, is how often should I be uploading YouTube videos? And the answer is it depends. It depends on a number of factors, such as what niche you're in, what type of content you're creating, and how long your videos are. So, for example, if you're creating content that people would like to watch every morning over a coffee, and it's entertaining and it's light and it feels like a warm hug, and it's something that they just want to watch. So depending on what type of content you're creating, maybe it's motivational or something that they would just want to watch each day, then you could post every single day and it's not such a big deal. But if you were posting a 45-minute video every single day and that was educational content, then who has 45 minutes every single day to watch your videos? And also, they're probably going to find it quite tiring. Maybe they need to take notes. So therefore, they're going to be watching it in segments, maybe 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. So it really does depend on what you're creating. And you have to think about viewer fatigue. So you don't want to overwhelm your subscribers with content. Otherwise, they might unsubscribe. They may not watch every single video. You might actually end up getting fewer views because you're uploading more. So you're only going to get views from people from outside of your channel. So maybe it's good practice as you're getting started to do a whole bundle of videos very quickly, get a whole bunch onto your channel so you've got at least some videos for people to binge watch. But then you want to fall into a rhythm that maybe is at least every other day to try and give them that space for videos to breathe. And that comes into the next point, that you do want to let videos breathe. I personally think that you should do a video every other day, or at least leave one day in between videos, because that gives it 48 hours between videos for YouTube to do its thing. And sometimes a video might go viral and you might want to move the videos an extra day, just to give that video a bit more space so that it can potentially not get interrupted while it's going viral. YouTube says that it doesn't really make a difference in the long run, but I've seen otherwise. So you do want to be leaving some space so you can monitor a video afterwards and see how it actually performs. We also want to look at what you can reasonably do. Now, if you're going to struggle to create one video per week, then maybe you want to look at if you're overcomplicating things to see if you can actually do more, because one, especially in the beginning as you're learning and growing, is not going to bring much growth for you in terms of views and experience. So you want to be producing more content, especially in the beginning. So more, then better later on. So you want to learn by doing, but you also want to be able to remain consistent. So you have to look at your schedule, the amount of time that you've got, and then maybe start with something that's manageable so that you can be consistent and ideally build up some type of portfolio of scheduled videos to give you that buffer of space. So if you think maybe you could do 2 videos per week, maybe 3, then if it's 2 to 3, then just do 2 and then work on a little bit extra. So you start to build up that buffer of videos. So if you're sick or life takes over, or you just don't want to work one week, you actually have that option. But we also want to look at it in the sense of saying, can I do more? So start off with 2, but as you get better and faster at the recording, the editing, the ideas, then maybe you say, okay, now I can actually do 3 to 4. Now up it till 3 then. In that case, do 3, and then with the extra, build the buffer of the one that you would get for the 4th. Because you really do want to be producing more content, ideally, if possible. So again, it depends on the quality, but assuming you're doing vlog style content or educational or shorter videos, you ideally, especially in the beginning if you can, want to be doing as much content as possible within the time that you have and the goals that you're trying to achieve. Because if you actually look at professionals and big marketers and big business gurus out there like Alex Hormozi and maybe Gary Vaynerchuk and these types of guys, they're producing huge amounts of content, 300 pieces of content a week, potentially across all of their platforms. So they're probably doing a video a day and then other shorts. So they're probably doing multiple types of content every day on each and every platform. So they're absolutely overwhelming people potentially. But if people are loving their content and binge watching it and they've got a team producing high quality content for them, then it's not such a big deal. It's not such a problem. So you really want to be making sure that it works within your goals and your schedule. After that, you ideally want to set up some form of schedule and try to stick to it. So if you're going to do 3 videos per week, maybe it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which is a schedule that I generally like to follow when I'm doing 3 videos per week. Sometimes if I drop down to 2, I do say Tuesday and Thursday. Now, there's no day that particularly is better than others. Some say it is. but I tend to try to post about 10 a.m. Between 9 and 11 a.m. I find works good for me in terms of an American time zone, so Eastern time zone. So between 9 and 11, that's when I post, but that's because most of my audience is generally in America. So you want to be scheduling videos based on the time that works for your country and your target audience. And then after that, try to stick to your schedule so people know what to expect. I don't think this has a massive impact, but I think people do like to know a video is coming, and some people will actively look forward to it. But I think many people just come back to YouTube daily, and then when your video pops up, it gets pushed to them and they watch it. But maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen a huge impact on that, but generally I think sticking to a schedule is good for you, and it's also good for your viewers. Now, let's say that you've got 3 to 4 videos being posted each and every week. Now, at the moment, I'm trying to do one every other day because I'm trying to build some momentum. But I wouldn't want to post any more than that. But let's say I had an abundance of time and I wanted to post more, I wanted to do more. Then you can actually maybe do some posts within your channel. So you could do actual written posts with images that would actually drum up additional attention from your audience. But you could then also potentially change formats and upload or do a live video. So if you're selling a product or service, as you grow, doing a weekly live could actually help you a bit like a webinar where you do Q&As or you answer things that your particular audience is interested in. Now, I don't recommend this for everyone, and I definitely think that you need to build an audience first, but it would be the natural next stage potentially for you doing something else on the channel. So if you wanted to build an engaging part, then you could say, every Friday we do a live, and it gives you an opportunity to get people to hand over their email to then for them to say hand over the information if they want feedback from you on that. And you say, live on this call, I'm going to be answering the questions that you have to get in early. Or you could actually take questions on it. But I think getting them in early will then give people more reason to engage with you and also hand over your email. So adding an additional format in terms of normal videos and then maybe a once a week or once every 2 weeks live one could add an additional opportunity for you to drive engagement on the channel. So those are the options that I would do. I would start with something manageable that you can work with. And then, as I said, as you make the processes faster, as you get better and you feel you can create more, then scale from there. Now, I hope you found that useful. If you did, hit the like button. And as always, if you would like more training and support from myself, you can join our community, which I will link to in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.